Alright, what's up everybody, my name is Delta556, and we are finally back with another episode of my Fallout 4 playthrough. It's been about a month or so since the last episode, and I apologize for that. I'm not going to bore you with all the details, but long story short, I was having computer issues, and I had to reinstall my entire operating system, which meant I had to reinstall Fallout 4, and because I had to reinstall this game, it was on the next-gen update. So, I had to downgrade my game to the previous version, which, if you've been holding off on doing so yourself if you're playing on PC, it's a lot easier and faster than I was expecting it to be, but it still took a lot of time to re-download my entire mod list again and make sure everything was actually working, which is why there hasn't been a new episode for a while now. Speaking of new episode, today's episode, we are finishing the Far Harbor DLC. Now, technically, I'm already done with everything that needs to happen for me to be able to return to the Nakano's residence back in the Commonwealth, but I can't be leaving any loose ends, and yes, I'm referring to the Children of Adam. Now, you can set up a three-way peace between Far Harbor, Acadia, and the Children of Adam, but I already missed my opportunity to do that, because when you confront Dima about the murder of the original Captain Avery, if you decide to keep his secret, he asks you to help him with the Children of Adam, and he has you do exactly what he did to Captain Avery, but to Confessor Tectus, so that way he could control Far Harbor and the Children of Adam. Now, the Children of Adam have always been an interesting faction, and there's a few different philosophies for each sect. I'm not going to go too in-depth, or really in-depth at all, with the lore behind the Children of Adam, but Confessor Cromwell's sect back in Megaton and Fallout 3, they were peaceful, pursued coexistence with the rest of the Wasteland, as our Mother Isold's sect here in Fallout 4 over in the Glowing Sea, which we haven't met them yet in this playthrough, but we will be meeting them in a future episode, and that brings us to every other instance of the Children of Adam throughout the rest of Fallout 4. All of them are hostile to you and everybody else. Even the ones here in Far Harbor are hostile to you, except for the Grand Zealot outside of the nucleus when you first arrive there, as well as that woman you run into when Old Longfellow is leading you to Acadia. But the Far Harbor sect of the Children of Adam are a group of militant zealots desiring nothing more than the nuclear annihilation of non-believers, and because of that, there's really only one way to deal with them, giving them a taste of their own nuclear medication. So we're back inside of the nucleus, so obviously we're going to need to head on inside of the nuclear submarine, the vessel. I should take some Rad-X, actually. You know, just in case. Hello there, Grand Zealot. Don't worry about me, I just need to speak to the High Confessor about something. You're totally not about to get blown up or anything like that. It'll be fine, don't worry about it. Okay, let's open up the bulkhead, and then, real quick, let's actually see if there's any valuable loot I could take, like this stim pack and this glowing blood. Ooh, a military ammo bag, nice. We'll leave that, and then I guess we could read this note on Brother Alders. I believe you're underestimating Brother Alders, Richter, and the hold Martin still has on him. Martin was weak, and so is Alders. But there is a simple way to know the truth. Take Alders outside with Sister Harper. Ask the two of them to demonstrate their devotion to the family. I have no doubt Sister Harper will prove that Alders cannot. Tectus. Now, this note gives us a little more insight behind why exactly those two Children of Adam were told to demonstrate their devotion outside of the nucleus when we first arrived here. And what does that tell you about the Children of Adam? If they're willing to kill each other because they're questioning one of their own's devotion, what will they do to non-believers? Very interesting stuff. So I've pretty much gathered all the loot I can from in here, so let's go ahead and speak to the High Confessor. Hello there.
Far Harbor claims another of our brethren. Their demise cannot come soon enough. But, I'm sorry, you needed something.
Yeah, the launch key for the sub's nuke. I wanted to ask you about it.
The key to division, yes. Reunion with Atom at the flick of a wrist. An object of true power. Lost to the ages, unfortunately. What did you wish to know?
If you had the key, would you use it to launch the nuke? To bring about division?
A question I've asked many a time. To experience instant rebirth as incalculable new worlds. Well, there are few gifts greater. But this island, Adam's kingdom, we have been given stewardship of this place. To abandon it, it would be an affront to everything he has granted us. Such a grand division. It is not our family's path.
I think you need to reconsider your stance on using the nukes.
You do? And why is that?
Consider the omens, Confessor. I'm here because Adam wanted me to aid you, and I'm telling you launching the nuke is the only true path to him.
He sent you. Yes, it all makes sense. The true path. But alas, the point is moot without the key.
Funny you mention that. We don't need to wait any longer. I recovered the key, and I say it's time we bring about division.
You've had it this whole time? This was a test. You were sent by him, weren't you?
Yes, of course, of course.
Then let us not delay our reunion another moment.
Let us.
I will address the children. The launch controls are over there. It's time you made division a reality.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's get it done. So we'll insert the launch key. And there we go. There's a little autosave. Sounds good to me, Nick. We gotta get out of here. Yeah, it is him. Sorry, I'm getting trapped on doors. Let's get out of here.
Gather, brothers.
I think we have time to listen to his little speech, though.
Hear his chorus. Division is at hand.
Good job, Nick.
Adam's chosen has unlocked the gate to his true path. Come to deliver us from the iniquities of this existence, to finally set us free. His voice shall boom. His radiance shall fly, and we shall at last be divided. Prepare, children, for our time is now.
Alright, 10 seconds. We gotta get out of here. Let's go. Quick, keep running. Radstorm, perfect. We gotta keep going. Gotta get a good, safe distance away.
Lockdown complete. Commencing launch.
I don't know if we're at the MSD, but we're still alive, and that's all that matters. And there we go. We've completed cleansing the land, and the children of Adam and Far Harbor are no more. And by doing so, we have now received the Far Harbor Survivalist perk, which grants a bonus to all damage resistance types, which is actually pretty useful. And there we go. So now, before we head back to Far Harbor, we need to head over to Acadia and speak with Kasumi one last time. Oh, that also completed Best Left Forgotten as well.
Deem is gone. You found out the truth, and now he's paid for it. We did the right thing, didn't we?
He killed someone, and he had to answer for that.
You're right. Hey, listen. So, when you first showed up, you came to get me, to bring me home. I've been thinking a lot about that. I hurt Kenji and Ray by leaving, didn't I? I could have just stayed home, pretended everything was all right, but I left them. Should I go back? They obviously still care about me, or who they think I am. They need a daughter. They deserve to have one. Everything in Acadia has been settled. I found my answers. Maybe it's time I did something for someone else.
Kasumi, please listen to me. You're not a synth. You're the real Kasumi. You're their daughter.
That's the thing, isn't it? Now I'll never really know. That idea is always going to be there, somewhere in the back of my mind. But you're right. I'm real enough, aren't I? Maybe that's all anyone can be sure of.
There you
I
go,
need
now
to
you're
start
getting it.
packing, and I should start saying goodbye to everyone. Thank you for everything. Maybe I'll see you back in the Commonwealth?
I'm sure we will. So now, we've pretty much completed all of our business here, so now we just gotta return to the Commonwealth and speak with Mr. Nakano, which we will do after we return to Far Harbor one last time. And upon returning to Far Harbor, everybody will gather up over here in the center of town, speak about the children of Adam.
Silence. The bright light. The rumors are true. It was a nuclear detonation. The children of Adam, they're all dead.
About time.
Alan,
Champ's got everything you
we had our differences, yes. A lot of people died. Some, well, not all of them, deserve to be mourned. But others were friends and family that just came to believe differently than us.
brainwashed, you mean?
This should be a solemn occasion, Alan. Please, a moment of silence. Thank you.
Don't let the island
We're
catch you off
talking
guard.
now.
Bye,
Hello.
This was many things, but I don't think he was that eager to meet his division. Why did you do it?
With their beliefs, their leadership, it's safer for all of us with them out of the picture.
There's a real chance they would be a threat to us in the future. But is it wrong to have hope? To hope there could have been a better future together? I hope their sacrifice will bring peace to the island. Otherwise, what you've done... Just leave.
I was planning on it, but first, let's go and speak to Alan, because he'll actually thank us for it.
There are
Hero of
things
the
out
hour.
there.
Wiped out all the children of Adam. These caps are for you. And if you need anything from my shop, you let me know.
Well, I appreciate it. So before we leave Far Harbor officially, I'm back over at Old Longfellow's cabin. Obviously, we need to get our 2 sets of power armor, as well as all of the weapons, all the legendaries that I stored here. Since I don't really have a use for like 99% of the legendaries that I've got throughout the entirety of Far Harbor, I'm selling pretty much all of them to Alan in exchange for, you know, the rest of his caps, as well as a ton of ammo because he didn't have enough caps to pay for it all. So we are going to go ahead and accept that. There we go. Now that we've sold all the stuff to him, let's go and see if the Mariner's finally willing to give me her quest.
Didn't take too long to work the carapaces into the harbor.
Well, that answers that question. It really sucks that she's not giving me her final quest. She's got a good storyline, a good quest line, but it just sucks that the game is bugging out and not giving me her final quest, which really sucks. But on that note, we are finally going to head back to the Commonwealth and leave Far Harbor behind. We'll come back here in a future playthrough, maybe for another challenge run or another style of playthrough, but, you know, stay tuned for that. Obviously, we didn't do Old Longfellow's quest line or have him with us to gain any affinity with him or anything like that. There's also another quest that's kind of sort of tied to him, but it requires finding a radio signal, which we never found that radio frequency, and nobody ever told me about it, so we weren't able to do that quest either. There's so many quests that were just like bugged out for me in this run, which really sucks. And also, obviously, the Children of Adam. We blew them up and didn't do any of their quests except for like the first one that's required in order to be on good terms with them. So obviously we will be actually siding with them in a future playthrough as well. But it is time to head back to the Commonwealth. So let us go ahead and find the interaction point, and we could use the fast travel back to the Commonwealth so we don't have to sit through the boat cutscene. And here we are back in the Commonwealth. It's nighttime and it looks nice here. It's always a great feeling and always is nice to return to the main game from any of the DLCs in all of the Fallout games. It's just a nice feeling, you know? Well, let's go and speak to Mr. Nakano, and look at that, Kasumi's here.
Mom? Dad? I'm home.
Kasumi?
Let's see how bad their pathfinding is. Oh, look at that. They actually did it.
Oh my god. My baby is okay.
Welcome back home, Kasumi.
It's good to be home.
You saved my daughter. Thank you.
Happy to do it, Kenji.
Don't often see kindness in the Commonwealth. I'll never forget this.
If any of you ever need help again, you know where to find us.
Kasumi, does this mean you know we're your parents, right? You're not a synth.
I know, Mom. I'm sorry. I was just so confused. I wanted to go somewhere. Anywhere.
It's okay, Kasumi. You're home now.
Listen to Kasumi next time, Kenji. Don't just try to keep her safe. Talk to her.
I know. I will. I was holding on so tightly, I almost lost her. There's one last thing you and I need to discuss. Your reward for bringing my daughter home safely. We don't have much to offer, but my father traveled the Commonwealth. He had quite a collection before he died. I buried it all near the house. I'm not the explorer he was. I don't need them. I think they would be better with you.
Well, thank you, Kenji. I appreciate it.
You've earned it. You traveled far and back to get me answers. Thank you again. You saved my family. We won't forget that.
See you around, Kenji.
Goodbye, Nick. Best of luck to you and your partner in the future.
Thank you very much. And with that, we've completed Close to Home, and the Far Harbor DLC is officially over. And he just immediately took off running. He didn't want to, like, you know,
Thank you.
do anything with his
For
daughter or
everything.
anything like that. Oh,
We're a
there goes the
family
mom,
again.
too.
This is how it should be.
Yep, I agree. Enjoy your life. Have a good one. Now, something you can do before you dig this up, I'm not going to bother with it, but if you drop a save before you dig up this chest from his grandfather, or Kasumi's grandfather, rather. Let's go ahead and dig that up. It will refresh it, or reset it every single time, so you'll get something completely different every time. In this chest, there's always a guaranteed legendary. On this occasion, we got ourselves a Mutant Slayer's Boosted Agitated Plasma Rifle. Now, if I was to reload a save and open this again, it would be a completely different legendary effect on a completely different legendary weapon. So you could save scum it if you want to, or just keep reloading a save and redigging it up until you get the exact legendary weapon you want. And this is, to my knowledge, the only chest like this in the entire game, which is pretty cool, but there's a lot of also pretty useful stuff we can get out of there.
In this line of work, you have to expect the unexpected. Still, I've got to admit, I've never had a case quite like Kasumi's.
Well, it turned out to be quite an adventure, that's for sure.
Yeah, a whole island trying to kill us. Here's hoping the next case just takes us to some dingy bar. I could use a slow one.
You and me both.
I'm glad things ended as well as they have. The Nakanos are a happy family again. As much as anyone around here can be.
Yep, that sure is true. And with that, like I said, we have officially completed the Far Harbor DLC. Next time, we are picking it back up, maybe not with the main quest line of the base game of Fallout 4, but we are going to be doing something. That's for sure. I'll figure something out. Because, you know, like I said in the beginning of this video, it's been a while since I've actually played this, so I kind of lost track of what exactly I was planning to do for the next few episodes, so I'll have to re-go through that and whatnot, but that shouldn't be too big of a deal. But if you're curious or you want to know any of the mods that I'm using, there is a link to a Google document in the description which has all of the links to all of the mods sorted by mod category. There's also an invite link to my community Discord server as well in case you want to join that. Other than that, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd greatly appreciate you dropping a like on, and if you happen to be new to my channel, I'd also really appreciate you subscribing. Well, all that being said, take care. I hope you have a great rest of your day, morning, afternoon, evening, nighttime, or whatever time it is for you in whatever time zone you are in. And I'll catch you all later. Delta Wolf, out.